Hey guys, we had some people just ask us to do a tips video. Certainly love to be helpful. So we're going to demonstrate some tips on one of our newest bunkers, Mike's Garage. It's one of the bigger, just stick-built bunkers. One of the things I want to talk about first, and we're going to go through about 10 tips here, is playing back from a bunker. And this is almost like an anti-tip because a lot of people on YouTube have been, I've heard people saying you want to play back from a bunker, and they act like you want to do this as a constant strategy, meaning sometimes you want to play up in a bunker, sometimes you want to play back from a bunker. And I'm going to show you a couple times where you may want to play back from a bunker. The vast majority of the times you want to play tight to a bunker. The further back you are, the less valuable that bunker is. It gives you less cover. So I'm going to demonstrate that here real quick. If I'm playing back here and I get back far enough from this bunker, let's just say someone's shooting at me from the opposite side. The further back I am, the more likely they are to lob a paintball over top and for it to hit me. Now if I get in here tighter to this bunker, this barricade's going to cover all the way over my head. And this bunker in particular has a roof on it, so I can get in here. I can post up and I've got some holes through here. Now this also covers my profile up pretty well. You can probably see that on camera. To where when I come up to shoot at someone, it's harder for them to see the outline of my body. It's broken up with sticks. That allows me to point and shoot at that person and probably get the first shot when they poke their head up to shoot at me. One example of when you want to play back from your bunker, and this is a good example of using this bunker. You can see there's some brush and some weeds right here. If I'm trying to move down the field to get to an objective, I don't necessarily want to be tied up in this bush for a long period of time, especially if there's just 2 minutes left in the game. Maybe I'm running downfield and I see someone I've got to take out. They're not even paying attention to me. I might post up back here just to have some cover. I don't know where everybody's out in the defensive team, but I just see a guy I need to take out. I'll post up using this bunker as cover, shoot that guy. As soon as he calls himself out, I'm ready to keep advancing down the field. So that's an example of where you would play back from a bunker. You're still using the bunker for cover. I'm close enough if someone starts shooting at me from another angle, I can jump in it and try to shoot back, but I'm staying out of those weeds and those bushes, and I keep running and I can try to get to that objective as quickly as possible. So that's one example of where you'd want to play a little bit back from a bunker. Talking about a couple of attacking tips, guys. One is ghost walking, something the Carpenter Bees, the team I'm on, likes to do quite a bit. When you're advancing on a position, one of the best things you can do is try to line up that defender's head with an objective you can run to. So if I'm 60 yards out, the guy can't really shoot at me yet, I need to get closer, but maybe he's in a tower or he's in a really fortified position, but it's just one guy I'm really worried about that I'm trying to advance on. Well, when I'm still a good ways out there, I'm going to find a tree maybe, or a bunker. A lot of times it's a tree or a bunker that has a tree going through the middle of it. And I'm going to line that guy's head up with the tree. So you can imagine me maybe being like 30, 40 yards out. The defender's maybe 20 yards away from this tree. I'm going to line his head up, and we'll use the camera angle as an example. If you could pretend you're the defender, I'm going to line that camera angle up with that tree, and I'm going to run to the tree. So just to make myself ultra clear, when I'm out of range, I'm going to find a way to line myself with that tree, and then I'm going to run to the tree. It does two things. One is it breaks up my profile, which means it's harder to shoot me. You can shoot on either side of that tree, you can't shoot me. It's also harder to see me moving, meaning that your eye's trained to movement. The larger the movement, the more likely that defender is going to spot you quicker. So by aligning yourself with that tree and then running to the tree, it makes it harder for them to notice you moving, and then it makes it harder for them to shoot you when you're moving. Okay guys, another thing about attacking is a lot of players will telegraph their position, they'll telegraph their intentions, what they're thinking about doing by their body language. So when you're approaching a position, you start to get the feeling like you're entering somewhere where the bad guys should be. Maybe you don't know where they're at, maybe you're lobbing some paintballs at you, but either way, we're getting ready to get into the firing zone here, and we're beyond the point of just simply walking around upright all over the field. What I want to do is when I get into a bunker, I want to try to look through the slits in the fort. I'm not making myself a very big target, as opposed to sticking your head up and looking around. Yeah, I can see a whole lot more, and a whole lot more people can see me and get a clean shot on me. It's a good idea when you're looking through a slit in a bunker, if there's something you want to look at and you can't quite see it from where you're at, just move your whole body to where that bunker is, or that spot is, or that person is you want to look at. The next thing is when you decide that you need to move up and you decide where you're moving to. Okay, based on the information I have, I need to get to that bunker right in front of me about 15 yards. When you decide to go, just go. Okay, don't start eking out of the bunker, looking around, pointing all these different directions. Most of the time what's going to happen is the person that you don't see from the bunker you weren't really paying attention to, that you weren't worried about being dangerous, that's the guy that's going to shoot you. If I don't know where people are at, especially when I decide to come out of this bunker, I want to do it right away, fast. You want to just get out of there and go. Get to where you're going. Break down. And keep in mind, if you run too fast, you got this rocky terrain, you may fall down and bust your knee or your elbow. I'm not telling you that you've got to be Michael Johnson sprint speed fast. What I am telling you is you don't want to walk. And the breakout is the most important part of that. When you're breaking down, going to that bunker, because of sticks, rocks, a lot of times you're not going to want to dive. It's okay to break down. What you don't want to do is make that movement into some elongated sniper sneak. Just take a moment, guys, to say anytime you have a question, you're welcome to ask us. We're also open to advice. I welcome you to post your comments. I try to always be learning something. I think if you're not learning things, you're becoming arrogant and you're not going to get any better. With that in mind, we had a guy ask us a question about smoke bombs. And he said, how would you use a smoke bomb in a game? And that's a very intelligent question because a lot of people think that has a trillion uses for smoke bombs and they use them completely wrong. What you want to use a smoke bomb for is a smoke screen. Meaning if you're wanting to move up on a position and you're just getting a whole lot of fire. Maybe you're defending and you're trying to keep someone from moving up on you. You don't want to know where you're moving to. That's where you use a smoke bomb. You're using it to conceal movement. So even if you're defending, you might light a smoke bomb, throw it, move to a different defending position. They still think you're in this bunker and you're over to the one to the right. They come up here and try to bunker you. You're in that bunker, you shoot them. A lot of times too, if you throw a smoke bomb, the attackers will become less hesitant to attack if they don't already know where your position's at. And then they'll try to wait for that smoke bomb to clear. So if you're in the last couple minutes of a game and you know no one knows where you're at, you light a smoke bomb, throw it out there. A key component of that is the wind. You need to make sure that the wind is not going to take the smoke the opposite direction of where you want it to go. So sometimes you'll actually throw a smoke bomb behind you and the smoke blows over top of you. That might give you the best effect. A lot of times I've actually seen people throw a smoke bomb at the opposition. They throw it so far that it's no effect because the wind's at the defender's back and all that smoke is going past the attackers and it had little effect. So sometimes you light a smoke bomb, you just toss it far enough that it doesn't give away your position.